Hi y'all, so in this video, or maybe it's a part of another video, I don't know, we're gonna go ahead and do a wash and wax on this Chevelle. So let's go ahead and get this one started. So one fact about me is that I really love old school cars. Like, I may not be able to name what every single car is, but I really love them and I appreciate them. My actual dream car is a 1970 Chevy Chevelle. So, and what I want to do with that one is modernize it, type of thing. But that's a whole nother video, a whole nother day. On this Chevelle, I'm going to be doing a wash and wax. And I had some special instructions on this one. Told me not to do the wheels, which is perfectly fine with me, and to not spray the vinyl top as much because it does leak a little bit, or around the window it leaks a little bit and get into the side of the car. It won't be a lot, and he told me it's just normal, something that happens over time. But it's definitely a pleasure to do one of these cars. I'm more interested in these old schools than exotics. Like, there's a guy on TikTok by the name of The Life of a Detailer, and he does a lot of old schools. And eventually I want to get on that level of doing these type of cars where, you know, doing full paint corrections while I'm wet sanding and stuff like that. That's the goal one day. But yeah, so if you get somebody that lets you do a car like this, they have to really, really, really trust you for you to take care of one of these cars. So this is just my opinion, but I believe cars like this are an extension of the owner, especially when the owner is older. They can sit down and tell you a bunch of stories about the car, or, you know, what cars that they have owned throughout their lifetime and all that. So this is the second one he said he has owned. The first one he said he owned when he a lot younger. That one actually got stolen 3 times. And the interesting thing about this one is that he had a whole book on this one, just showing photos, because he had this one like restored and repainted and everything. A crate motor put in it, and all kinds of stuff. It's very interesting.
It's kind of hard to get in that thing once in a while.
To get in it?
Huh?
So you said get in it?
Yeah. And when the wife and I was first started, we used to crawl around that damn thing like a couple of squirrels. Anyways, things have changed.
Yeah. So on this particular vehicle, I decided to apply a paste wax, and the reason why I did the paste over a liquid sealant is because I just knew that's what this particular client was gonna want without him even like asking about it. So I know, being that he's a little old school, that, you know, going the paste wax way was a little better, and I did charge a little extra because I was applying a paste wax. Now, the difference with the paste wax and then doing a liquid sealant is obviously one's a liquid, one's a paste. One's machine apply, one you apply by hand. So if you read the back of a lot of waxes, carnauba waxes or whatever, a lot of them need to sit on the paint for, I don't know, sometimes, I think this one was 10 minutes. Some of them need to sit on the paint for 10 minutes, and then you can watch how they kind of haze up, and then you are supposed to take it off. So the reason why I stopped using a paste wax on my wash and wax is because whenever I'm working out in the sun, I feel like it would bake it into the paint, even after like a couple of seconds of it just being there. And then it was just so hard to take off sometimes. I end up having to sometimes wet it to get the wax off. Unless you're using like an all-in-one type of wax, those are the only ones that I found that actually comes off easy. But then if you're using an all-in-one, then you're basically doing a enhancement, depending on how you're using your polisher and the pad and all that stuff. But that's another story for another day. So for these cars, or a lot of cars that people really care about, the owners may sit out there and they may watch you. Like this guy, whenever I did the Chevelle, he sat out there and watched me the whole time. And it's not to like make sure that you're doing things right or make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of times they sit and they're watching because they kind of want to get some tips without asking for tips. So they want to kind of see how you do things so they can kind of implement it as well. So one of the issues that he was having, he said that when he would wax the car, that it was hard to get the wax off because he would put so much of a thick layer of wax. And what I told him is, you don't really need a thick layer. All you do is, put it on a little pad, or if you're doing it by hand, you spread it out and then you rub it in. You could do just a really thin layer. That's all you really need. And he was like, okay, yeah. So he saw me doing that as well. So he understood what I was talking about. But thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have had a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.